Hello, radio world on AM 820. This is Jeff Stanislow from Let's Go Low, brought to you by Golfers Unite. We're bringing another episode your way, talking about golf, all things golf related. And today we're going to talk about building a brand on social media. And we're talking with Jeff, one of the Divot Boys, today about coming up with an idea and a concept, and then trying to work in the social media arena to build a brand. So, Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Jeff, I appreciate you having me, and Golfers Unite having me.
Yeah, no problem. So, Jeff, when we're talking a little bit about, take us a step back about a little bit about Divot Boys, kind of how it started, why'd you start it, and then let's go from there on that, and then we'll talk a little bit about where it's at today and where we want to take it.
All right. I started golfing in high school. Played halfway decent. My older son started golfing with me this year, and my 11-year-old. So of course, my 11-year-old, we need a cool name. And I was like, well, I said, we take divots. Let's go with Divot Boys. So it took off from there. I love it. They love it. I've had back surgery recently, so I'm praying my 11-year-old, he gives me at least 5-10 years before he starts out driving me.
Yeah, I hear you. I got the same thing. I have 20-year-olds now, and I went through that whole progression where I was farther than them. Then they started getting 14, 15 years old. Now they're catching up to me. Now they're 30. They're a Walmart between my drive and theirs now. So I hear you on that.
Yeah, my 22-year-old, he's got me a couple times, and I've heard the Walmart story. Well, they're building a new Walmart between your ball and mine. And I said, that's fine. I'm 50. You're 22.
Exactly. There should be a Walmart there. Yeah, exactly. So we're talking with Jeff from Divot Boys. So, basically part of the brand was, all right, and you're teaching your kids the right way. You got to take divots and compress the golf ball. And it's just kind of the way to golf. There's a lot of people that they don't take the divots. They don't compress golf balls. And while you can play that way, the higher skill, the higher level players usually take a divot. So tell us what that journey is with your kids. I mean, this is a fantastic story, Jeff. We're talking with Jeff from Divot Boys. This is Jeff Stanislow on AM 820 on the Let's Go Low show, brought to you by Golfers Unite. Just the camaraderie, the story behind you and your boys building a brand together is very compelling. What's it done for your relationship with your sons?
We've actually become a lot closer. This is something I love, the game of golf, and my father and my father-in-law were both veterans, and I'm trying to incorporate anything we do, sell any type of anything, we're donating to veterans. We're trying to help any type of veteran, whether it be wreaths for the cemeteries or flags for Veterans Day. I'm trying to give back to them for something we're able to do because of them. They've made this possible for everyone, what they've done.
That's fantastic. Jeff from Divot Boys. So not only has golf brought you and your children closer together, and this is part of the reason why I have Golfers Unite, because I feel like this sport unites so many people worldwide with different types of stories, whether someone's disabled and they're playing golf, your whole family is playing golf, you're building stronger relationships, or you're doing great things to help our veterans the Divot Boys do. And it's such a great story. This is Jeff Stanislow. You're listening to Let's Go Low here on AM 820. And we're talking Jeff, the founder of the Divot Boys, really doing this for his family. So talk to me a little bit about what the Divot Boys do and what charities are you guys supporting right now?
We will go to any local golf course. We'll talk about the tee boxes, fairways, what we think about the courses. AMVETS is the charity that we give to because my father-in-law just passed away, and they are the ones that take care of the cemetery that he's going to. So I thought, Lord, just a no-brainer, be part of the AMVETS, and they're going to take care of the cemetery he's at. So it's just a great cause. And I want to thank you personally and Golfers Unite for the 10-foot the putt challenge. I mean, you're giving you're giving us common folk a chance. We feel like we're in the Masters US Open. You sit over that 10-footer, your knees start knocking, and you're like, holy cow, how do these professionals do this day in and day out with this much money on the line? We're doing it for fun.
Right.
They're doing it for thousands.
Yeah, millions nowadays. So, anyways, thanks for bringing that up, Jeff. Golfers Unite and the Golf Crew, we have a putting challenge that's going on right now. And if you go to golfersunite.com, you click on the Golf Crew. We're in round one. We're finishing up round one. You can still get in. Entries are open all the way through round two. Basically, all you got to do is make a 10-foot putt, video it, post it on your socials, tag When Golfers Unite and the Golf Crew. And then we got almost $1,000 worth of prizes for each contestant, including Seymour putters. We got swag from Golfers Unite. We got swag from the Golf Crew. We got training aids. Jake Krugel is actually giving an hour-long virtual PGA instruction because he's done 15,000 PGA instructions. So if you guys get a chance, go to golfersunite.com and click on the Golf Crew, and you can learn all about our putting challenge and come in and join. And Jeff here from the Divot Boys has participated, and he's moving on to round two. And we are really excited to have them be a part of it. Let's take a step back here, Jeff, for a second. Talk to me about the journey on the social media world. It's not all that glitz and glamour. It's like some hard work, isn't it?
Oh Lord, I mean, I'm not one to like talking with you. I mean, I can talk to you. It's no problem. But you get out there and you're trying to talk to people on TikTok, people on Facebook, whatever, just trying to get your brand out there. I mean, it's great once you do succeed with it, but the grit, the blood, sweat, tears, if you will, to get to that point. I mean, it's an uphill battle. I mean, we went to Sugarwood the other day and golfed, and I mean, there's golf balls flying at you. You're trying to do a special thing to let people know what you're doing, and you're running for your life. And
doing content is hard. It's very hard.
You've done great things with the Golfers Unite and the Go Low with Jeff show. I mean, I respect you 100% with what you're doing.
Thank you. It's a lot of work. I mean, this is Jeff Stanislow you're listening to. It's Let's Go Low here on AM 820, brought to you by Golfers Unite. But a good example, and Jeff, you can kind of concur, like we're doing this radio show right now. We're doing it on a Google Meet. But here's what really happens behind the scenes. We have to have communications. We have to have storylines. We have to have discussions prior to make sure it's a good fit and what we're going to talk about. Then we actually do the recording. And then once the recording done, then I got to take the Google video. I got to splice off the audio file. I have to send the audio file and schedule it in with the radio station, AM 820, along with the other segments. And then I got to take our long form file and put it up on our YouTube channel. And then I got to take snippets of the long form to do promos to promote Jeff from Divot Boys being on part of our show. And then I got to post it to the socials, and I got to do all the tagging, and then we got to see what happens from there. That whole process to do one 16-minute show is probably an hour to 2 hours of time from start to go. And it's a lot of work. And I appreciate you spending some time here, Jeff from Divot Boys, on Let's Go Low here, brought to you by Golfers Unite. So you got an outing coming up that I told you I would love to have you be able to talk about. Why don't you tell us the dates, times, and locations for your golf outing that's helping our veterans?
All right. It is for my father-in-law that actually passed away January 31st. The golf outing will be April 26th. Registration will start at 8 o'clock. Shotgun start at 9. It will be at Hidden Cove in Grayson, Kentucky. Any money after you pay your green fee or whatever, any money we make toward this, we are donating. The Divot Boys and the family will donate to the Veteran Cemetery and the AMVETS to If there's a wreath at Christmas time that a veteran needs a new one, that is what our money is going toward, to get them a new wreath. If there's a flag that is faded, a flag that the stick is broke, frayed a little bit, they will have a new flag. And it's just not going to be this year. This is the first year for it, but I plan on, as long as I'm here and around, we will have this golf outing.
So, Jeff from the Divot Boys, if someone wanted to support this golf outing, how would someone reach out to you guys?
I can put my email out there. You can look me up on TikTok, Divot Boys.
And you're on Instagram as well?
Yep, I'm on Instagram as well. We have a YouTube channel, but there is nothing. There's nothing on there right now. Where we're just getting going. Still in the process of figuring out which mic to get when we go live, and while we're out there on the course, what the best thing is for the wind hitting you. Phone, is the phone going to work all right, or do I need a GoPro? What exactly I need to be out there and be able to be heard.
As someone that does a lot of content, Jeff, I can always say that, like, if you're producing good content, the audience will spend the time and listen to it and what have you. But if you're like selling a widget or something like that, and like then the quality kind of needs there. But your story and your message is something that people will listen to. So just do the best you can do. You don't have to, you're not CBS and doing a full tour production or something like that. You are doing a good cause, and you just keep on doing. So again, this is Jeff from the Divot Boys we're talking to. You're listening to Jeff Stanislow. It's Let's Go Low Show on AM 820 here in Tampa, brought to you by Golfers Unite. And we appreciate you guys listening. And one more time on the date and location and time for your charity golf outing, Jeff.
The golf outing will be April 26th, which is a Sunday. It will start at 9:00. Registration will begin at 8. And the location is Grayson, Kentucky. Hidden Cove Golf Course is the venue for it. Great golf course. The people have worked with us. We're actually doing a 2-man best ball, something I've never done before. It's always a 4-man scramble when we do it. So 2-man best ball, it ought to be dicey. Maddox, my 11-year-old, will actually be my partner. So I told him, I said, your sides are going to be sore because your old man's going to be riding you.
Yeah, have him, his back's going to hurt because he's carrying you, right?
Yep.
Well, fantastic. I'll put the stuff on your outing up at golfersunite.com as well. This video I will share with you so you can put it up on your YouTube channel. And then I'll put it up also on my YouTube channel for Golfers Unite. If anybody wants to help, Jeff and the Divot Boys out with this charity golf tournament, feel free to reach out to me, Jeff at golfersunite.com. I can connect you, or search on Instagram or TikTok, the Divot Boys. You'll find them, DM them. I'd be happy to have them help. And Jeff is doing some fantastic stuff for our veterans, and I commend that. And Golfers Unite is going to provide some support here as well. We're going to talk a little bit offline about what we're going to be able to do. But anyways, so Jeff, in closing here, what has been some of the most rewarding things in starting your brand, the Divot Boys, and the social media channels? What's been the most rewarding thing for you?
Actually, there's been a couple veterans come up to me and thank me for what I'm doing. And I had no clue who they were. The guy, just like me and you talking, and the guy's coming from the side, and I'm thinking, is he going to sucker punch me or what's going on here? And he recognized me somehow, and he said, I just wanted to thank you for what you're doing. And he told me he was a United States Navy veteran. And I said, I just wanted to thank you for your time and service. Because of you, this is why I get to do what I do, which is really nothing. I get it. I'm doing something I enjoy, and you risk your life for what I'm doing.
100%. Jeff from the Divot Boys, I appreciate you spending the time here on Let's Go Low Show, brought to you by Golfers Unite on AM 820 in Tampa. We'd like to support you however we can. I'm going to take a look at my calendar and see if I might be able to get up your way and actually play in the golf tournament and be there in person. I'd like to invite you to possibly come down to a golf tournament that I'm hosting on May 4th here in the Tampa area. It's for the St. Tim's Church Men's Club at Carrollwood Country Club. And you and I will work out some logistics, but we're happy to support that. If you want to learn more about the Divot Boys, you can search Instagram or TikTok Divot Boys. I'll also put the links up here on our radio show. Jeff, thank you for spending some time with us here today.
Jeff, I appreciate you having me and everything you're doing for the golf world.
Thank you very much. This is Jeff Stanislaw signing off here on AM 820. Let's go low. Hey, welcome everybody. This is Jeff from Golfers Unite, and you're listening to another episode of Let's Go Low right here on AM 820 Saturdays mornings. We bring you the Caddy's Corner with Mike Hicks, Payne Stewart's former caddy. We bring you industry experts. We bring you golfers, PGA professionals. We bring inside and outside the ropes to you. And today we're going to be behind the scenes of starting a golf brand. Our special guest is Chris Herbert, and he's the owner of No OB Golf. Thanks for joining us today, Chris.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Jeff. Happy to be here, man.
Yeah. So, Chris, I mean, you have decided to take on a tall order by creating a golf brand, bringing it to market with swag, shirts, hats, merch, all this type of stuff. Let's tell me a little bit about how No OB Golf got started, and a little bit kind of behind the scenes, and then we'll dive into the business side of things. But floor is yours, my friend.
100%. Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. So the concept for the business started in May of 2024. There's a couple of driving reasons on why that happened. So I personally beat testicular cancer in 2020 and then lost my mom to stage 4 breast cancer in 2021. So when the concept of the company actually started in the brand, it's, OB Golf, like no out of bounds, a lot of play on words with noob golf. But the big driver behind it is, and our mission statement is golf clothing with purpose. So I wanted to do things just a hit different than all of the other guys that are out there, and I'm not going to name a bunch of names, but any of those brands that you see on social media all of the time. So for No OB Golf, we've got two things that are kind of our separators. So I've got a patent pending, we call it our drop spine chain. It's a micro mesh channel that's down the center of the spine on our golf shirts, on our polos. And then we donate 5% of every piece to a coordinating cancer research organization. So any color on that dry spine channel is the coordinating cancer research org that we donate to. So like purple is for testicular cancer research, green is your lymphomas, we have pink for breast, blue for colorectal, so on and so forth. So we're trying to do it a little bit different than a lot of the small brands that enter the market, right? Like we want to have great gear, super lightweight, super breathable, obviously some tech involved with that dry spine channel,
Sure.
but what's behind it on the back.
Awesome. So started with a purpose, giving back to the community in research. And I kind of like, a lot of times these golf brands, they kind of pick one, but you're actually supporting several types of cancer related research organizations and giving back. That's fantastic. We're talking with Chris Herbert, the owner of No OB Golf, and we're going to dive into the business side of things a little bit. But you had mentioned something about you have a patent pending, kind of back to your shirts, which makes you a little bit different. And so I wanted to dive in a little bit further so our audience can kind of, maybe visualize or understand what's different and what's going on in the back of your shirts.
Yeah, so the concept was literally derived. I mean, I'm based here in Orlando, Florida. Summers here are awful hot. So when you're out playing golf, that whole sticking or that wet shirt factor kind of down the center of your back, where you're having to kind of always peel it off of your back constantly, that was literally where it started. My friends and I were out on the golf course several times over the summer, probably two and a half years ago. And I just jokingly said, like, why has nobody fixed this for the ability to keep the shirt off my back?
All right.
And the dry spine mesh was literally born on a pencil sketch. It was, how can I get as much airflow down the center of the back of my shirt so that it wouldn't stick to my back in the middle of summer for a golf shot. And that's where it was born. It took probably 5 or 6 iterations to kind of get it refined and where we have it now. Patent pending design is essentially, it's a 4-inch micro mesh channel right down the center of the back, promotes airflow. Total shirt weight for our shirts is about 8.2 ounces. So they are super lightweight, super breathable, obviously super stretchy.
What's the rate, Chris? What's kind of an average shirt that you might grab at the rack at a golf shop weigh? I mean, are you guys like?
Most of the research I've done can be anywhere, and depending on the materials that they use, roughly 10 to 14 ounces, just depending on.
Shirt. That's a heavy shirt.
Yeah, so I think a lot of it is just dependent on the material that they, because some of the guys like a little bit of the 4-way stretch, but a little thicker material, so it's got a little more weight and feel to it. From no OB standpoint, and sort of my opinion, I wanted max airflow. Like, I'm a bigger guy at 6'3", 235, so when I'm out in the heat in Florida, I'm sweating, and I don't want that shirt to be soaking wet and sticking to my back. Don't like it to be wet anywhere. So if I can maximize the amount of airflow and keep, obviously to keep your body cool, make sure that shirt is getting as much air through it as you possibly can to stay comfortable and play more golf.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So we're talking with Chris Herbert, the owner of No OB Golf. So Chris, we actually ran into each other at the PGA show in Orlando this year. That's kind of how we met each other, and I got a chance to check out your shirts, and I thought they were unique, and I love the story behind your brand. Tell us how the PGA show was for you. How'd it go? Was it a good show for you? What are your thoughts on Disney World for golfers?
Yeah, I would say and I kind of jokingly say as a baby brand, a little bit eye-opening. I think it was a very good learning experience for a brand new brand. Obviously, being there was enormously helpful. Meeting people like yourself, Jeff, and other people within the industry. I think sort of walking into it, the number of people that I met personally and kind of either saw the shirts, loved the design, saw the difference with that dry spine channel, but then had a cancer story of their own. So I think they kind of latched onto the mission pretty specifically just because of what we do and how we do things behind the scenes. Like you said, it's Disney World for golfers. It was real tough as a brand owner, not wanting to walk away and go check out all the new gear and equipment, right? But you're like, this is work. It is one of those deals where I have work to do. I can't just wander off and go hit balls with the new Avoda irons or the new Avoda wedges, right? Like, I think that was probably the most difficult part, like the kid in the candy store kind of feeling. But for me, it was, I think it was really sort of reinforcing for me and my small brand and the number of people that were interested in the technology that we have in our golf polos, and obviously the mission behind our brand. I think that was really reinforcing to sort of stay the course.
Awesome. We're talking with Chris Herbert. He is the owner of No OB Golf, and the website, Chris, is noobgolfco.com, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's like I said, the No OB is the play on words, but it's noobgolfco, all one word.com. All of our socials are the same, so it's Noob Golf. Anywhere you want to go and follow it. It's kind of the play on words. I have a 9-year-old son that plays competitive golf, so he likes to call his dad a noob all the time because he likes things as well. So bit of a play on words there for the boy, but noobgolfco.com. All of our shirts and even picture of family or mission statement behind it is all out there.
Yeah. So again, everybody, this is Chris Herbert. This is Jeff Stanislaw, who you're listening to, owner of Golfers Unite. This show is brought to you by Golfers Unite, and it's the Let's Go Low show. So Chris, we talked the PGA, we talked a little bit about your products, the difference with the wicking in the back, and then your commitment to giving back to the community and cancer research and supporting several of the type cancer out there, whether it's breast cancer, testicular cancer, or what have you. Now let's kind of dive a little bit into the business. What's going on? Are you, what are you seeing in the market? We talked a little bit about the barrier to entry and getting into golf, and some of the challenges that you've had. Just tell us a little bit about your journey to date, and where you're at now, and then we'll follow up with what the future plans are.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think the journey really starts with, like we were talking about earlier, it was once that dry spine mesh channel was sort of sketched out, it took probably a year to 4 months to find a manufacturer that was willing to do it. That patent pending design obviously is not an off the rack option, and nobody else can do it. So I think most of the manufacturers want me to just pick a shirt off their rack, pick one of their prints, and then do it just like everybody else. And I think that's been kind of one of the challenges within the market, is how do you separate yourself as a small brand, especially when you have a cause or a mission behind it. A lot of new brands are just trying to find, basically kind of inch their way in and get their little piece of the marketplace, right? Like the golf industry is so massive right now, and it's, obviously exploding with all of the YouTube and the social media market. So I think from that aspect, it's just one that, you got to find a way to find a way to position yourself in the market to differentiate. But obviously you want to make sure that it's a quality product on the backside, right? So I think that's been kind of the challenge for me in the last probably 2 years. Design wise, it's kind of a roll of the dice. I mean, you never know what's going to be, so somebody might latch onto one design, somebody might not want to be that wild. I've tried to kind of play the middle ground, where I've got some pretty bright and colorful stuff on the camouflage side, which I think you saw at the show. And then I've got some classic designs like what I'm wearing now, something that's a little more work appropriate. But it's just been more wanting to do some fun stuff, not only for my opinion, but, friends and guys that I play golf with on a regular basis, like what they think might work. Obviously having some fun while doing it. Being a business owner, there's a challenge with that because there's a financial involvement, right? Like you got to outlay some money to get these shirts done. But I think sort of that social media piece has also allowed some other avenues, right? Like as a small brand awareness and getting your name into the market is a big challenge. But with social media and some of the platforms that are out there now, you could do live auction sites and some interactive chat room kind of stuff, which I think has helped enormously for our brand to grow in the last 4 to 5 months. We are just getting into the point where we're starting to approach clubs and retail to try and actually move into that market. And I've hired a consultant to help out with that. But I think that's kind of the next iteration or the next step forward. Obviously, online sales, Shopify is where our store is based. Obviously, very good, and a lot of tools there for small businesses to utilize. But I think it's the whole next version, right? So when you get into wholesale and retail markets, you need some help and some guidance how to do that, because that's typically I would say it's not typically a realm that most small business owners wander into, right?
Yeah. Again, talking with Chris Herbert, the owner of No OB Golf, here on the Let's Go Low show with Jeff Stanislaw, powered by Golfers Unite. So it's noobgolfco.com. If you want to check out Noob Golf Co. Chris has been he's fighting the fight, guys. It's a big fight to fight, but he's also doing it with a purpose and a cause, and he's bringing to market something unique with his patented fiber woven back. Is there a name to that fiber woven back? You got it like named?
We call it dry spine. So it's a dry spine micro mesh. Yeah, it's a micro mesh channel. We just call it dry spine.
I like it. It makes complete sense. So
yeah.
Anyways, Chris, so we talked a little bit about like getting into the industry. I mean, anybody can come up with a logo or a design, get inundated with someone to be able to provide them a hat, and then they just go to market and they end up selling to their friends and family, and then things kind of fizzle out. There's a big difference to taking it to that next level. So tell me what your plans are from here moving forward. You got a couple of years underneath your belt. You got a great mission. You got a great product. You've been at the show making some contacts, and now you're thinking about like the wholesale retail thing. Branding and marketing is huge. Do you got anybody wearing the shirt? You know what I mean? Is it kind of that a play to try to get one of these tour players or Corn Ferry Tour players to wear it? Have you had any interest there?
I have, and I think it's probably not to that scale, so not quite like PGA Corn Ferry. I do have someone that's actually attempting to get onto the Corn Ferry Tour that has several shirts. Met him honestly through the golf community. Have a couple of guys that are on the Senior Long Drive Tour that have also worn it. And then actually just made contact with a gentleman who, my understanding, owns the Guinness Book of World Records for the number of balls hit in 30 seconds. His name is Ogie. It's
Oh my God.
OGIE, and you can find him on YouTube. He is now, I believe he said, and I don't want to misquote him, but I believe he's 57 years old, and he's going to be on America's Got Talent on March 15th. And
Oh,
he's going
wow.
to re-break his record. He wants to hit over 60 balls in 60 seconds, and he's going to be wearing some no OB. I think that's, you know, kind of starting small. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew right out of the gates as the small business owner. But, you know, plan for the future, obviously, with wholesale and retail, getting into shops and clubs. But the biggest thing for me, Jeff, right, like this has the goal from the beginning. Like, I want to build this as a legacy. Like, I want to get to the point where we're doing 50K a month in donations to cancer research, leaving a legacy not only behind for, you know, the mission and the story behind the brand, but hopefully it's something that I can hand off to my son and he can take the reins and move forward.
That's amazing. That's amazing. We're talking with Chris Herbert. He's the owner of No OB Golf. A man on a mission himself, a survivor. And he is doing some wonderful things, and he's bringing a unique product to market and also giving back to the community. You want to check him out, you can go to noobgolfco.com, and it's NOOB golfco.com. So Chris, kind of wrapping up here, you know, we want to wish you the best in this endeavor. And then part of what Let's Go Low show is all about is getting behind the scenes and helping these emerging brands and tell their story, because it's so important to be able to do so. In closing, Chris, what do you got to say? You know, anything in particular, you know, feel free. The mic is yours, and I appreciate you coming on the show, and then I'll wrap things up.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me, Jeff. Yeah, I think it just sort of as a parting message, like here at No OB Golf, we wanted to make great gear that has some technology that makes you more comfortable on the course, obviously looking good, but we wanted to do it with a purpose. And it's our mission statement, right? Golf clothing with a purpose. So we donate 5% from every piece we sell to the Coordinating Cancer Research Organization. I myself beat testicular cancer in 2020 and then lost my mom to stage 4 breast in 2021. The biggest part of it is trying to make a difference. Everybody has a cancer story. Whether you are personally affected by cancer, have a family member or friend that's affected by cancer, like the number of those stories has to slow down. And hopefully we can do our little bit from not only a fun little, you know, young golf brand, but having some great stuff, comfortable shirts, and then obviously that patent pending dry spine design. Hopefully we can make a difference in the long run, man. Again,
Chris Herbert, owner of No OB Golf. This is Jeff Stanislaw. You listen to the Let's Go Low show, brought to you by Golfers Unite. Week mornings on Saturdays from 8 to 9 here on the AM 820. Chris, again, thanks a lot, and we wish you all the best, my friend.
Jeff, thank you for having me. Prayers. Much love, guys. Enjoy.